Thousands of years before modern Britain existed, the islands that now form the United Kingdom were home to small groups of hunter-gatherers. During the last ice age, Britain was still connected to mainland Europe by a vast land bridge. As the climate gradually warmed, people migrated into the region, following animals and searching for new opportunities to survive. Over time, these early communities began to settle. They developed tools, learned new farming techniques, and slowly transformed the landscape. One of the most fascinating mysteries from this era is Stonehenge. Built thousands of years ago, this remarkable monument continues to puzzle historians and archaeologists. Some believe it was used for religious ceremonies, while others think it served as an astronomical calendar. Whatever its true purpose, Stonehenge remains one of the world's greatest prehistoric wonders. As centuries passed, Britain entered the Bronze Age and later the Iron Age. Powerful tribal societies emerged across the islands. Among them were the Celts, who became known for their warrior culture, artistic craftsmanship, and strong tribal identities. The Celts dominated Britain for generations and established a rich cultural heritage that would leave a lasting impact on the region. Everything changed in 55 BC when Julius Caesar led Roman forces across the English Channel. Although his initial expeditions did not result in permanent conquest, they introduced Rome to Britain. Nearly a century later, Emperor Claudius launched a full-scale invasion and successfully brought much of Britain under Roman control. The Romans transformed the land. They built roads, forts, bridges, and entire cities. Londinium, which would eventually become London, grew into a major center of trade and administration. Roman engineering connected distant regions and helped spread new ideas, technologies, and customs throughout Britain. For almost 400 years, Roman rule shaped life across the island. However, as the Roman Empire weakened, its ability to defend distant territories declined. By the early 5th century, Roman legions withdrew from Britain, leaving behind towns, roads, and a legacy that would influence generations to come. After the Romans departed, new groups arrived from northern Europe. The Angles, Saxons, and Jutes settled in different parts of Britain and established several kingdoms. These Anglo-Saxon kingdoms competed for power while gradually developing their own culture, language, and traditions. The English language itself traces many of its roots back to this period. The Anglo-Saxon era faced a major challenge with the arrival of Viking raiders from Scandinavia. Beginning in the late 8th century, Viking warriors launched attacks on coastal settlements and monasteries. What started as raids eventually evolved into settlements and conquests. Large areas of Britain came under Viking influence, creating a struggle for control that would shape the future of the nation. One of the most important figures of this era was Alfred the Great. He successfully resisted Viking expansion and strengthened his kingdom. His efforts helped preserve Anglo-Saxon culture and laid important foundations for the future Kingdom of England. The next major turning point came in 1066. William, Duke of Normandy, crossed the English Channel and defeated King Harold at the Battle of Hastings. This event, known as the Norman Conquest, transformed England forever. Norman rulers introduced new systems of government, built massive castles, and reshaped English society. During the medieval period, England gradually evolved into a stronger and more organized kingdom. The signing of Magna Carta in 1215 limited royal power and established principles that would later influence democratic governments around the world. It became one of the most important documents in constitutional history. The following centuries brought conflict, political change, and expansion. The Tudor era saw England emerge as a major European power. Under Henry VIII, the English Reformation separated the Church of England from the authority of Rome. Later, Queen Elizabeth I oversaw a period of cultural achievement and growing international influence. As exploration expanded across the globe, Britain established colonies and trading networks. Over time, these developments contributed to the rise of the British Empire, which became the largest empire in history. At its height, British influence stretched across multiple continents, affecting trade, politics, culture, and technology worldwide. The Industrial Revolution began in Britain during the 18th century and changed the world forever. New inventions, factories, and transportation systems accelerated economic growth and transformed everyday life. Britain became a leading industrial and economic power. The 20th century brought both triumph and hardship. Britain played a major role in both World War I and World War II. The sacrifices made during these conflicts shaped modern British identity and influenced global history. Today, the United Kingdom stands as a nation built upon thousands of years of change, conquest, innovation, and resilience. From prehistoric settlers and Celtic tribes to Roman legions, Viking warriors, Norman kings, and industrial pioneers, every era contributed to the story of a country whose history continues to captivate the world.